Top of the morning, how are you? This is Charlie Anteby, episode 3, summer of 2022. That's July 22nd, 2022. I'm going to read an open letter to the graduates, and I'm going to begin right away because maybe it's a little on the long side. June 21st, 2022. Dear graduates, throughout the past few months, I have been flattered and honored to receive a steady flow of requests and invitations from many of our numerous yeshivas, asking me to participate in their graduation commencement ceremonies. Due to scheduling conflicts and concerns about appearing to show favoritism towards one school over another, I elected to distribute a community-wide message utilizing the email format that could be circulated amongst our students globally. We can count the major milestones in life practically on one hand. We're born, we get bar or bar mitzvah, we get educated, we choose a career path, we select a spouse and build a family, decide where we wish to live, and perhaps purchase a home to live in, and eventually hope to retire comfortably and age gracefully. That's the story. Inarguably, those who graduate today are entering into a tougher environment with more difficult and competitive conditions. Many in our community have found themselves trying to extract livelihoods from outdated occupations or industries, and are suffering the consequences of not having more options and survival skills. These days, being well compensated and enjoying what you do take more than luck. It requires planning, foresight, dedication, perseverance, tenacity, personal discipline, great people skills, and then after all that, luck. A major overriding factor that our young people have to contend with in today's world is the abundance of confusing and mixed messages. Whether it is intentional or unintentional, deception seems to be everywhere. It's a byproduct of the age of information that we are in. Within the information overload, much of it is incorrect. Sometimes words are used and sentences are constructed to the exact opposite effect of their true meaning. Two words that come to mind immediately are the words restricted and the word deprived. As a young man or woman, perhaps deprived means I can't go out and party enough with my friends because my parents want me to stay home and study. As an adult later in life, deprived can mean I can't live the life I want to have because I went out and partied too much with my friends and neglected my studies. To the young folks, they could feel restricted from going to the hookah bar, binge drinking, and taking mind-altering drugs. As an older folk, someone might feel themselves restricted from attending a child or grandchild's wedding due to health concerns related to those earlier questionable activities. Or they are restricted from obtaining the job, financial position, desired spouse, social circles, or future they would like because they lack the competency, the formal education and degrees, or the self-discipline, vocabulary, and ability to present themselves at the level and in the manner required. My dear graduates, I'm requesting that you go and ask a parent or grandparent about the expression, there are no free lunches. What that expression means. Today's culture, today's society and culture, socially, financially, and physically, presents us with a zero tolerance environment. There is not even enough room for all of the highly qualified individuals to achieve their goals and fulfill their dreams. So there certainly isn't any room for the unqualified to succeed. God forbid, we know those who are very careful about their health and safety can become ill or injured. So we don't want to act haphazardly about those matters. Surely we don't want to act haphazardly. Even the person who's careful, God forbid, could have a problem. Please do not be fooled by inaccuracies and false statements. In fact, don't be fooled by fools. Don't listen to the person who tells you his grandfather smoked for 50 years and lived a long, healthy life. They are a disturbingly negative influence trying to imply what? That smoking does not cause cancer, suffering, and premature death? Don't listen to the friend who tries to convince you to get high on illegal drugs. They are the enemy, not the friend. And what they are calling high is really low. Don't believe anyone who tells you that doing everything the proper and correct way is boring. The fact is that doing everything correctly and to the best of your ability opens doors, invites opportunities, maintains a quality reputation, and provides the most satisfying and exciting version of life that is currently available. Lately, there is a big movement in our country to legalize marijuana. They began the movement with calls for medical marijuana. Soon the political pressures pushed for the marijuana to become legal for all. This happened for racism-related reasons, which no one could really argue with. It was true. Blacks and minorities were arrested more often, and whites were issued warnings more often. They couldn't find a way to stop that. The only way to stop that was to get it legalized. Now nobody gets arrested, so they legalized it to stop the racism. That is the real story. The real story is not that pot is so good for you, therefore they made it legal. That's not the real story. Pot has longer-term effects that are insidious. They are not viewable in real time, as they are occurring on a daily basis. Pot is not beer. Don't equate the two. They're insidious. They're not viewable in the short term. You don't look in the mirror every day and say, pot is altering my life to 360 degrees. From success to failure, from the right friends to the wrong friends, from the right relationships with my parents, grandparents, aunts, and uncles to the wrong relationships with them, from the right career move to the wrong career move, from the right spouse to the wrong spouse. You don't see it happening while it's happening, but it's undermining your life, it's undermining your future. Let's continue. I am pleased that so many of our community's young people know me, admire me, and look to me for guidance and advice. I am always working on increasing my ability to communicate fluently across all generational divides. I love to be able to understand what people of all ages are feeling and thinking, and also to be able to effectively convey my own thoughts and feelings, as well as my experience, strength, and hope to them. From the creativity and enthusiasm of young people to the wisdom and intelligence of older people, there is so much to be shared and benefited from. I am asking you to please be careful who you establish as your role models, who you associate with, and who you choose to listen to. Please be careful not to discount and ignore established conventional wisdom in favor of invalid, unproven, and non-constructive thinking that can create danger, impede progress, burn bridges, or somehow negatively impact your long-term health, safety, reputation, savings and prospects, or happiness. Exercise restraint, reserve, responsibility, and civility in all your affairs. Above all else, even if it is a work in progress, always try to have a vision and have the courage and confidence to believe in it and go after it. And direct your focus and actions in a positive manner that is supportive of accomplishing all that you envision. In closing, please allow me to extend to you my many blessings, best wishes in all your future endeavors, and warmest regards to you and your families. Have a safe and happy summer. Charlie Anteby. Thank you very much.